afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this press point between the President of the European Commission and President Aquino of Philippines. Due to agenda problems, we will not be able to give you the word for questions, so I will immediately pass the word to the President of the European Commission. Please, Mr. President.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First, let me welcome President Aquino on his historic visit to Brussels. I know this visit marks the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the Philippine Embassy in Belgium, which is also a reason to celebrate the long-standing relations between the European Union and the Philippines. We have discussed bilateral, regional, and global issues. First of all, I congratulated President Aquino for his efforts to bring peace, stability, and development to the Philippines, of which the successful accomplishment of the Mindanao peace negotiations and signing of the comprehensive agreement on Bangsamoro is a good example. In particular, I have congratulated President Aquino for the submission of the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law to the Philippines Congress on the 10th of this month. This is a welcome positive step forward in the overall effort of bringing lasting peace to people in Mindanao. The European Union is also supporting peace and development in Mindanao in complement to the government's efforts through various development projects worth 106 million euros. And I assure the President of our continued support and assistance in this effort. I also congratulated the President on the remarkable economic performance of the Philippines. At the same time, economic reforms need to continue to increase the competitiveness and productivity of the country. Europe can be a partner in this process too. Our PCA, Partnership and Cooperation Agreement, which was signed in 2012, has allowed for enhanced cooperation in several priority areas. European Union and Philippines are also becoming more important to each other in terms of trade and investment rankings. Our trade exchange in 2013 and 2014 were the largest in a decade. The European Union is Philippines' third largest trading partner, but we are the largest foreign investor in the Philippines, resulting in the creation of 400,000 jobs. We look forward to working together in the Philippines to strengthen our trade and investment relations, as these still hold, I believe, significant untapped potential. The allocation for bilateral development cooperation in the Philippines will more than double for the new programming cycle, which runs from 2014 to 2020. And it is not just our official dialogue and economic exchange that are increasing. Our cultural and people-to-people ties are as well. For example, Filipino migrants living and working in the European Union, as well as Filipino seafarers manning European ships, they sent 2.3 billion euros back to the Philippines in 2013, making the European Union the second largest source of remittance to the Philippines and the largest employer of Filipino seafarers. Furthermore, Europeans do believe it is more fun in the Philippines, according to the country's slogan. And with a historic record of almost 400,000 European visitors in 2013, that was an increase of 8%. With European recovery and lifting of the air ban for Philippines Airlines and Cebu Pacific, this growth is expected to strengthen in the coming years. Today we also discuss the situation in the region, including maritime issues. Let me stress that the European Union encourages all parties to seek peaceful solutions through dialogue and cooperation in accordance with international law, in particular the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. The European Union is proud to be a party of the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation, and we recall its fundamental principles, namely to settle differences by peaceful means, to renounce the threat or use of force, and to effectively cooperate among partners. Finally, we briefly discussed European Union and Asia relations. The European Union actively supports regional integration through the ASEAN, and we are committed to forging a strong relationship with the whole region. The upcoming 7th ASEM Summit on the 16th and 17th of October in Milan will reconfirm the importance of Europe-Asia dialogue and cooperation. So, President Aquino, I would like to thank you very much for your visit. I want you to consider Europe as your trusted partner and friend, and I thank you for your attention.
Go ahead.
President of the European Commission, Jose Manuel Barroso, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I wish to extend my gratitude to President Barroso and our friends in the European Union for the warmth and hospitality they have extended to me and my delegation on my very first visit to Brussels. This visit comes at an opportune time. The Philippines and the European Union commemorate 50 fruitful years of friendship that has had a very positive impact on the lives of our countrymen. President Barroso, allow me to reiterate the profound appreciation of the Filipino people for the solidarity that the European Union has demonstrated, particularly in supporting our peace process and in helping us build back better and safer in the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan. The overwhelming humanitarian assistance of the European Union represents a great contribution to our national recovery and reconstruction efforts. Meanwhile, the European Union again deserves nothing less than our heartfelt gratitude for its continued support and steadfast commitment to the Mindanao peace process. The participation of the EU, whether as a member of the International Monitoring Team or as a partner in development, as signified by the financial aid you have provided to the Mindanao Trust Fund, has served as another source of strength as the Filipino people tread the straight path to a just and lasting peace. Then as now, our partnership has served as a concrete reminder of what can be achieved through cooperation and positive engagement. This is the context in which President Barroso and I reaffirmed the enduring and meaningful relationships between the Philippines and the European Union. Earlier today, President Barroso and I discussed a wide range of issues of mutual interest. I told President Barroso that the Philippines remains committed to advancing a peaceful, rules-based resolution to the disputes in the South China Sea, which is a sea known in our region by many names. Like the European Union, we believe that the only viable and effective solution is one that is based on international law, and in particular under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Seas, or UNCLOS. This is the basis for the arbitral proceedings we initiated last year. We also continue to work with ASEAN and China towards the early conclusion of a legally binding code of conduct in the South China Sea. On matters related to fisheries, I assured President Barroso that the Philippines is actively undertaking measures to effectively combat and put a stop to illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, or IUUF. Our relevant agencies, particularly the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, have been in close coordination with the European Commission's Directorate General for Maritime Affairs and Fisheries to address the matter. In addition to this, last year, the National Plan of Action to Prevent, Deter, and Eliminate Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated Fishing was adopted by our administration. As regards with the Philippines' compliance with the International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping for Seafarers, or STCW, we informed the President Barroso that we are working closely with the European Commission's Directorate General for Mobility and Transport. We have already laid the groundwork for an effective and sustainable regulatory system consistent with STCW Convention. To this end, I have signed Republic Act No. 10635 establishing our Maritime Industry Authority, or MARINA, as the sole maritime administration authority to implement and enforce the convention in the Philippines. On the economic front, President Barroso and I reiterated our commitment to deepen our partnership while the continued preferences offered to the Philippines by the EU's generalized system of preference scheme have significantly improved our trade relations. We know fully well that enhanced trade and investment partnership will open more doors of opportunity for our respective citizens. President Barroso, our meeting today reflects the sincere commitment the Philippines and the European Union have demonstrated in enabling our citizens to be productive members of the global society. These past 50 years, the Philippines and the European Union have worked together to strengthen cooperation and consolidate our efforts towards the realization of our shared values and aspirations. I believe we will continue to do so as we address the many complex challenges of the 21st century. I am confident that the Philippines' relations with the European Union will continue to be productive, strong, and vibrant. And as we work closer, may we be even more committed to achieving our shared vision for our citizens, to build the Philippines and the European Union when indeed no one is left behind. Thank you, sir. Good day. Good day.
Thank you very much. We now end this press point.